It's day 225
of the 29th year and beyond. So today I sort of wanted to continue with our conversation from yesterday because I was sharing with Fred I'm really behind on This Is Us. So I was watching an episode where they find out that the star's brother has not was not dead; he was still alive, and they're trying to figure out why. And the wife says, to her new husband, because he's since died, hey, I wonder if it's something that I could have done differently. Something that I could have helped him through, because he really had this whole Vietnam stuff sort of packed inside of himself.
For those of you who watch that show.
Yeah.
Which I
It'll make sense. But anyway, so, and I started thinking about, we were talking about the Anita Baker song.
Whatever It Takes.
Whatever It Takes. Mm-hmm. And so Fred and I was listening to it again this morning, and, I asked Fred what was, the thing that I helped him through. And so, but he never asked me what was the thing that he helped me through.
What was the thing that I helped you through? There were many.
Yeah, there were. Do you remember the major things that I had a problem with?
Yeah, absolutely. Because of your abuse, being around large groups of men was a challenge for you.
That was one. What was another one? What did I say when we first said that? I didn't trust anybody.
Right.
I didn't trust him, and I didn't trust him, and I told him that. I told him from the beginning, I do not trust you, and I did not trust him. And then we went into this marriage. I still didn't trust him. If he wasn't home by a certain time, I wondered where he was at. There were.
And keep in mind, this was before cell phones.
Right. I remember one time he was out on a job and he was out really late, and I was just frantic and worrying.
I came home and she, poor thing, was crying and.
Yes, I was. I was a mess, and it just gets back to that, whatever it takes. So what did you have to do to help me get through that?
Well, and that's the thing. The song says, whatever it takes to make you happy, whatever it takes to make you feel good, I'll be around. Mm-hmm. Is one of the final things she says in that verse, I'll be around, is making the person aware that you are in it for the long haul. Mm-hmm. And that, this is not just for a good time, right? This is for all time. And so I think that just being authentically who I was, allowing you to experience that, because when people are mistrusting and whatnot, you can't convince them anything. No. You just have to be. And so if you don't have the ability to be what you say, then that will come to light.
But the only thing you do is show a person.
I was going to say, but it's in the being who you are. They get to see. They get to see that, okay, your yay is yay, your nay is nay. You are who you say you are.
He never really ever gave me a reason not to trust him. There were times that, because of my mind, there were things, but he never really got me. If he said he was going to go somewhere, he went there. If he said he was going to call me when he got there, he called me. If he said he was going to, he never gave me a reason not to trust him. So after about 20 years, okay.
Whatever it takes to make you happy.
Oh my goodness.
But that's the thing, and that Gil and I constantly talk about being authentically who you are, because when you send your representative and you're dealing with somebody who has past pains, past hurts, mistrust and all that kind of stuff, they will see through the fake, fraud, and phony eventually, because one can only pretend for so long. That's right? So you have to be willing to be authentically who you are. And Gail got to see that in the totality sense, because, I could be a crab. I could be really a curmudgeon. Right? But that's a part of who I am as well. Don't pretend on anything. We're talking about the partner for your life. Mm-hmm. So they need to be able to take this journey with the real you.
And you have to be able to share those things. In the episode, they talk about the husband having a darkness inside of him, and there was a light that she had, and he didn't want that darkness to come out, and that's probably why he didn't tell everything that had gone on in his life. There it is right there. You don't always get to share everything, and sometimes you can't, but you got to let them in enough so that they know that there is something they need to be concerned about.
And again, as we've said many times, you have to communicate, you have to be honest, right? You have to maintain the integrity of who you are. The truth of the matter is, most of us are jacked up.
Yeah.
Right. So, just finding somebody that can help you get unjacked. But they can't do that if you're not being honest. Until tomorrow, if the Lord says the same.
Bye.